there. I'm here around Highland Park, and I'm standing in front of this massive stone and masonry structure called Alisal, otherwise known as the Lummis House. So this was built over a 15-year period from the mid-1890s to the teens, and it was entirely built by its owner, Charles Lummis, along with the help of a couple of Native Americans at a time. Most of them were like the sons of friends of his that he had met in New Mexico. This was not only Lummis's home, he used it as his office, and he would throw these gigantic parties that he called noises. And some of the most interesting people, famous and not, of the time stayed here and came here for some of his parties. So people like John Philip Sousa, John Muir, Frederick Remington, Clarence Darrow, Maynard Dixon, Douglas Fairbanks, and Mary Pickford, John Burroughs, Will Rogers, plus a lot of people who were active in Native American advocacy. What kind of man would spend so much time building his dream palace? Lummis was just one of those characters, one of the great Angelinos, I would say. And, admittedly a controversial and somewhat self-aggrandizing character and a womanizer. He has a very colorful life story. So he dropped out of Harvard. He was actually classmates with Teddy Roosevelt, and he dropped out to become a poet. He got a job in Cincinnati, writing for a paper there, and was then hired by the LA Times to be a writer in LA. And how did he move from Cincinnati to LA? By foot. He spent like 140 days walking across the country, just for funsies. He was such a hard worker that he had a stroke after a couple years of working at the LA Times, and he decided to move to New Mexico. He thought it would help him recuperate. While he was there, he befriended a lot of Pueblo Native Americans and would get into arguments with the federal government about their efforts to assimilate the native populations and get rid of their culture and bring them into local schools and stuff. And he also made a lot of enemies while he was out there. He would write about corruption. A hitman actually came out and shot him, but didn't kill him. So he came back to LA and started building this thing. He co-founded the Southwest Museum to preserve a lot of artifacts of Native American culture. That's just on the hill near Mount Washington, just behind us. Lummis was a unique character for sure, and the Lummis home captures a lot of that unique spirit. Thanks for doing LA with me.